In this episode of Dustin's Travels, we go into the heart of Ponce, where we learn about its rich history and traditional festivals. We just checked into our Airbnb in Ponce, and there's some procession going on over here. We're gonna go check that out right now, see what's going on in the city center. Our Airbnb is like 2 blocks away from the city center. Nice spot. But my wife got distracted with shoes first.
They were like old lady shoes, so never mind, not cute. I thought they were saying something about Jesus, so I thought it was maybe like a religious thing. But I mean, Christmas is religious here, so it might be like a Christmas thing, but we'll find out.
Maybe they do salsa for Christmas stuff here. Uh-oh. Yeah.
They're singing songs about Ponce and Ponce celebrating Christmas, so it's really endearing. They're singing to the city.
So these are custom songs from Ponce.
Yeah, they have a lot of singers that wrote songs about their beautiful city celebrating. This was a really special performance because this band is local to Ponce and they were singing local songs that were written by artists about Ponce, and everybody knew the song, so they were singing along with the band and the chorale. Everybody just in unison. These are the moments that fill your heart.
So cool to see that Puerto Rican pride here, making songs about their own city. Love it. They're betting on horse races out here. Little pop-up gambling tent. It's like a mini little Vegas here. Now this is the real horse races right here.
Or you could just buy your own horse.
Good morning, day 2 here in Puerto Rico. First morning of Ponce. 3 second impressions I have here in Puerto Rico. Number 1 is the internet and cell phone connection is very, very fast. I was surprised because, you know, we're on an island. I thought some of these smaller towns were gonna have not so great internet, but actually it's very, very fast here. No issues at all. Second thing is I'm amazed how much pride this country had, this territory, I guess you call it, has. Puerto Ricans have for being Puerto Rican. We saw flags everywhere as we were driving. Yesterday when we came to the plaza, they were singing Christmas songs, but they had adapted some of the songs, so they were singing specifically about Ponce, and just felt like there's a lot of pride in doing that. And I was very, you feel like they love their city, and so I was really intrigued by that. Third is the customer service at restaurants is a little bit, let's call it slow, and they miss things. Like we ordered something yesterday, but the lady or the waiter kind of forgot to put our order in. The night before, we had been at another restaurant and the waitress apologized because they didn't put in someone else's order in. And then when we ordered yesterday, like, it's just a little bit slower. They're definitely not in a hurry to kind of like get you your food and all, which is fine. Not bad, not good, just different, and just something I'm noticing. Maybe it's just my hallucination, maybe it's just a couple experiences, but just something I'm noticing out here.
So I ordered farina for breakfast. It's an old school breakfast because this is like milled wheat. We will just grind the wheat and then put some hot water. Have granola here. We also have cinnamon, so it's a relatively healthy breakfast. It's important to me. Justin got guanabana, and I got some other fruit that I've never known or heard of. So that's one of the interesting things when you travel around other countries. I speak Spanish, right? But I speak Mexican Spanish. And I've noticed that particular foods, sometimes I don't understand what they are. And they don't have a word or a translation. So I have to kind of like Google it to kind of like get an understanding. So this is one of those foods where like I have completely no concept. And that's kind of like the fun thing about traveling. You get to try new foods that you've never had in your life. Salud.
What's this called? Tortuga?
No, hold on. I looked it up. It's a little bit sour, but I really like the flavor. I tend to like more sour foods, and I'm really enjoying this fruit. So that's all it is. I've also noticed that people are very open here. Obviously, it's, you know, Latino culture. People are very warm, very affectionate. But I've noticed also that just in conversations, people just kind of like tell you what I consider very personal things, right? So for example, the ladies that we met on the plane, they were just talking about, you know, they're traveling to the US to get cancer treatment for one of them. So like, wow, like, you know, you just tell us like that. And then right now I just had a conversation with a cashier, and he was telling me that he used to live in the US and that he came back to Puerto Rico to take care of his aging parents. And then I asked him, oh, do you think you'll go back? He's like, no, not until they pass away. So just very deep, very quickly, you know? And I really appreciate that, just people opening up their hearts to a stranger. It just made me think. I actually told him, like, you have such a beautiful dedication to your family. And it's both like a beautiful thing, and it can also limit you, right? So for example, he was saying that he doesn't want to be here, that he wants to go back. And I told him, like, why don't you go back? He's like, I won't go back until my parents pass away. A very deep dedication to them, but it also holds him back from what he wants to do. So it's like, how do you find a balance between your devotion and love for your family versus pursuing your own goals, and even if it means leaving your family. First time on the island?
Yes.
First time?
When balconies came back in the day, they were used. People would come out and kind of get the local gossip, and also guys would go around and then sing to the ladies up at the balcony. So it's sort of a back in the day Tinder. Ponce is one of the hottest cities here in Puerto Rico, and that is why they built these or put these tall trees here to create shade for the people back in the day. And I will attest to that, it is pretty hot here, 85 plus mid-December.
So the belief is the Virgin of Guadalupe, who was this virgin who appeared, according to the legend, in Mexico to the indigenous people, that was brought here to Ponce, Puerto Rico. And our tour guide is saying because there was so much exchange between the Caribbean and Mexico.
This is called Lover's Alley, where lovers would sneak away from the main town to, you know, do their thing. So let's get a kiss here.
Estoy sufriendo por tonto, por amar. pictures, you can take videos. Hari has been painting since he's a little boy.
This is the Parque de Bombas, which was built in 1882 as the first expedition place here in Puerto Rico. It has also served as a firehouse over the years, and now it's one of the symbols of Ponce. LA traffic was bad. Look at this Poncita traffic. Next time on Dustin's Travels, we make our way to the west side of the island, learn about why there's so many abandoned homes in Puerto Rico, and stop by for a few surprises along the way. Ow.